Alright, traders, a very good afternoon to you all. This is Avril from the Tradepsyche, and I welcome you all to the post market analysis, outlook, and expectations from the market for tomorrow. In this video, we'll discuss about the market tomorrow, some of the crucial levels, supports, and resistances. We'll also look at what discussions we have had in our Telegram group, and post that, we'll look at what has happened today in the market and what we can expect from tomorrow. Alright. Let's start the analysis. We'll go to first our Telegram group, right? And it's actually 3:31 p.m. Markets have just closed, so I decided today to slightly, record slightly earlier. All right, so we discussed that markets will open 180 to 200 points gap down because the Gifty was down. All right, and why Gifty was down? Basically, if you see, yes, I think till yesterday we were down only 20-30 points, but today morning, the moment Asian markets opened, I think both US markets and Asian markets and even Indian markets fell down, right? So in morning I think we were 100 points down, and major activity in the futures happens in the Asian market when Japanese markets gets traded, right? So the moment we opened, I think since 6:30 a.m. till 8:30 a.m., 9 o'clock until the market opened, we the Gifty went almost 200 points down. So then we discussed change in OI data. We mentioned that overall stance is bearish because more number of shorts are being carried, right? And then we mentioned that major resistance is at 24,000, so we never went and touched that. Uh, Major support is by 20 is by 23,500, so we should hit 23,500 by tomorrow. So we are expecting that yes, the markets should once try to hit it and take a kind of a spring bounce. Then we discussed FI's index future positioning. As we mentioned even yesterday, that 1 day addition of longs, it is not considered as bullish. Today also FIs have shorted huge quantity, and now officially their shorts are above 2 lakhs. Overall stance is bearish. Then we mentioned that clients are expecting a negative outcome but buying from the lower side. So obviously whatever the clients are expecting, opposite of that happens. We saw a negative, uh, purely negative opening, and then we saw a pullback, and then from that pullback again we saw a sell off today, right? So in conclusion, we mentioned that we can see a trending bearish markets today. uh, uh, Contrary to that, we did not see a trending bearish markets because the markets had already opened gap down. But still, I think you can say that yes, the conclusion did not fit with what has happened today in the market. The end of OI, okay, this is fine. Yeah, one thing we discussed is yesterday at the day end, we discussed that we are seeing huge addition of shorts in the market. Traders expecting a gap down tomorrow, and we actually opened a gap down. So we mentioned that end of the OI change helps a lot to anticipate the opening. Let the markets pre-open, then we gave the intraday, the game plan 674, which is below prior swing low. The supports on the lower sides have been marked. So today the supports were roughly 23,675 and 23,240. But today strangely the markets have taken support from 23,500. So I think I mentioned this in the game plan also. One second. Any break below 23,600 today can essentially take us to 23,500. 23,500 should be a pause. So technically markets today have taken a pause. Even if we look at the daily candlestick, we'll look at the daily candlestick, but it is a pause, right? Today was Sensex expiry also. We were continuously monitoring the IV, right? And first OI, early OI data, 23,600 is a good support as of now, as bulls are stronger at this place. 23,700 is a resistance. The first hourly data was, I think, healthy, and I think it had a bias of bullishness. As we mentioned that it is 23,600 has become a strong support. So the moment, see, we already have a okay, we'll discuss this on the charts level, but then Nifty is trying to break above the morning early high. Closure of an early candlestick above prior early candlestick can take us to this one. So the moment, I think it's, you might not see the detailing on this one, but on 15 minutes time frame, the moment we closed above prior early high, I think around this candlestick, so we continuously went up, we came down, and I think we took support from prior early closing, and then we went up, and then again we came down, we broke that, right? Nifty is trying to make result in short covering. Slight short covering also came. Then we gave three probabilities, and then I think we anticipate that some like a slight pause should come into the market, and it came today, right? And then I think mid of the market somewhat, we'll discuss about India VIX also. India VIX started to decline, which was a good sign. But I think at the end of the day, this was a point where the short markets gave a I mean, the markets gave a short covering. But I think post that also, we could not really sustain that short covering. Then we mentioned ending comments, right? And then we also mentioned that at the end of the data, uh, still carrying shorts, but aggressiveness has reduced. So the traders, the big money, they are not expecting that much of a big gap down. Yes, markets might open 30-40 points down, but yes, aggressiveness in the bearishness has reduced, definitely. Then we mentioned that we might see some of the price action like this, because yes, the markets are now on due for a bounce back. All right, so today what happened is we opened roughly around, I think, a big gap down. We made a low around 23,500, 550, and we always have a strategy. See, I'll go to early time frame, and I think I discussed this yesterday also. We always have a strategy in our community groups or as a trading strategy, that whatever will be the first early candlestick, high and low, mark that high and low. It is very important, because the first hour is very crucial for the markets, because it sets the tone for the rest of the day. Why? Because if at all we are making a red candlestick in the first hour, it might be possible that we might continue to go down. Because if you see yesterday also, the first early candlestick was a big reversal in the market. Although markets had seen a bullish rally, but the moment we broke this trend, I think we saw a very fantastic bearish momentum yesterday. But today, and anyways, as part of our system, why we wait for the first hour is because just after opening, the big players, the big money, they fight, and in that fighting, huge volatility comes, right? So if you go on 5 minutes, today 5 minutes time frame, and if you see the first early time frame, we went down, then sharply went up, then we sharply went we came down. Then we roughly calmed around here. We broke out. We retested. We took support on the first early. We broke down. We gave a fake breakdown. Then we went up. Right, traders? So that's why we always tell people to at least wait for the first hour of the trading. Because once you wait for the first hour, you have two reference points. It's high and slow. If it's breaking its low and closing a candlestick, trade in that direction. You will get huge points. Believe me. But today, if you see, this strategy has not worked. So go and backtest this yourself and make a system for yourself. But even if you're not making a system on this, it really helps in guiding us through the day. If someone would have really, let's suppose someone would have traded bullish on this, so none of the candlestick closed below this, and the third candlestick we went till 23,833, which was prior daily low. Right, so essentially today we have closed 220 points down, and the VIX is also up by roughly 2 percentage. Banks have again corrected 1 percentage, roughly near to what Nifty has corrected. Let's start the discussion for tomorrow. All right, so I'll clear all my levels, and I'll try to give you some perspective that what might happen in next couple of days. All right, so if you see today, again we have closed below prior daily low, but today we were almost making a doji. uh, Let me go back to the daily time frame. Yes, right. And now it's been almost what? How many sessions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sessions. We have not, gave a slight, even a slightest pullback at this point of time. This area, if you guys remember, I think 2 to 3 weeks back, we discussed that this area has started to become weak, and we mentioned that essentially Nifty is getting squeezed in this range. So let this triangle pennant break out or break down, you will get a beautiful momentum, and that's what we have got here, right? If you guys remember, we discussed this very clearly, right? So now, from weekly perspective, once if at all we have a look, then I think markets look ripe for essentially in the longer run for 200 weekly EMA. But we are continuously falling from past 3 weeks. So technically, if you see, this is the price action. So I am expecting a price action like this. This is the basic price action I'm expecting as of now, because markets cannot go down. It can go down, of course, if it is continuously breaking deeper and deeper levels, it can go down. But as a systematic trader, there is, I think, less, the risk to reward for going short here is not good, right? So of course we will play, because we every this is the system we every day play on the basis of the levels. But yes, at this point of time, you can say that markets can give a pullback. If at all any positive news comes from the Middle East, Indian markets will specifically take it as very positive, and people will wonder that why something very good has happened. But no, it will just be a technical pullback. But that depends on the kind of pullback. If at all we are seeing a very sharp pullback, then it will be a healthy pullback. I mean, many bears would be wiped off. But if at all it is a slow pullback like this, or maybe we see a pullback like this, then again this 25,000, these levels 24,800, these will be good shorting levels like this. All right, getting my point, traders? So for tomorrow, what levels you have to keep in mind is, on the upside, 23,840. Above 23,840 only and only. If at all we see an early closing above 23,840, then only try to go long. Above 23,840, the first level which you will see is 24,000. Above 24,000, you can clearly see a 300 point short covering till 24,300. That's the only three levels you have to remember for tomorrow. Don't even think of going long if at all you're not seeing an early close above 25, 23,850. That's it. If at all we are crossing below 23 560 500, then I think short the market, you might be in for the level of 23 to 20 and 23,000. That's it. So for tomorrow, the only thing I'm expecting for tomorrow is either a can follow candlestick like this, or a pullback candlestick like this. These are the two probabilities, but the third probability is we might tomorrow see a pause kind of like this, a doji of 2 to 3 days. See how the market's bottom is. We discussed three probabilities today in the market, so I'll explain each and every three probabilities here to you. See, now since we are seeing a very sharp fall, the first probability is, after a very good trending phase, markets tend to go sideways for a longer period of time. Then the markets decide that if there are any good opportunities, or the market's sentiment has been improving, it tries to give you a pullback. But if the sentiment has not improved, it tries to give you a breakdown. The second probability for the markets here is, the markets will try to bottom out, but the bottom has to be formed with a price action of sort of like this. So this, we went up, we went down, but we should technically make a double bottom or W kind of pattern, for which the neckline is 24,300 as of now, right? This is the second probability. The third probability is, we gave a pullback, but this pullback was not healthy, and now we are poised for a continuation rally. All right, and we see the last swing the markets saw was this one. This was the last swing. So technically this was the level. So we did this, we gave a swing, and now we are poised for this. So we might see this movement. You can short at this point of time, keeping a stop loss like here, the prior swing high. Correct? This is what these are the three probabilities what the markets can do. From my perspective, I think since we have been falling from such a long time, markets look slightly oversold. So technically, from my perspective, highest probabilistic event is sideways phase for, I think, till next midweek, right? So next couple of days, markets might not do any movement in order to calm down the volatility, to eat the premium decay. So don't be in a shock that what the markets are doing. Markets currently, they have given you a lot of trending momentum, right? So we have discussed the levels, long above which level and short below which level. Let's go to early time frame and discuss that what we are seeing. See, on the early time frame today, as we mentioned, that the moment we went above prior, the first hourly candlestick, we went till exactly that was the prior day low, and we went and made a high of 23,830. So if at all the markets they try tomorrow to breach 23,830, 840, and we close an early candlestick like this, then trade for this level and this level. And this is actually a neck level. If at all markets do this and try to sustain here for some time, it will be a massive breakout again on the upside. All right, so this is the bullish scenario. But on the bearish side, if at all the markets try to break 23,560, then I think you will be in for first 23,500, which we marked, and 23,230 or 220. All right, let's go to 15 minutes time frame and discuss on the basis of opening. See, today we opened gap down and we came up. So if at all we are opening a gap up roughly around here, so this will be a resistance. So technically markets should give you a slight pullback till this point, then at this point try to go long. All right, if at all we are seeing a big gap down, then I think again the same process will follow, slight pullback, then you might see a good pushback. See, what happens here is you need to understand that today overall shorts would have got carried. So whenever the markets open a gap down, the people who have carried the shorts, they try to book the shorts and it acts as a buy order in the market. All right, so that's why after a gap down generally markets come for a pullback. Even if you see at this point of time we've opened such a big gap down, markets went for a short covering rally, because when when the markets open gap down, the people who have carried shorts, they book their shorts, right? Then I think post that we again came down, we open gap up, then again we went up, then I think we might open, if at all we open a gap down, then again will come, and like this will happen, right? So whenever we open a gap down, remember this thing, that the people who would have carried shorts, they'll try to book it. So whenever we open a good gap down, don't straight away go and add shorts into your portfolio. Wait for the market. All right, let's go to Bank Nifty. What Bank Nifty has done today. So for Bank Nifty, the candlestick is slightly green, and today Bank Nifty has tried to take a pause. The fall is deeper in the Bank Nifty, and Bank Nifty also might give you a slightly pullback, then like this. So for Bank Nifty, what level you have to keep in mind is the level of 55,600. Above 55,600, you can expect 56,000, and above 56,000, you can expect 56,500. Where you can short the Bank Nifty again, below 54,750. Below 54,750, you can short till 54,500 and 54,000. That's it. All right. Technically, Bank Nifty should also take a pause because it's been an extensive movement in the markets. Let's discuss the change in OI data. For Nifty, the change in OI data is slightly bearish today. Double the number of shorts have been added. 61 lakh of longs and 1.5 CR of shorts. Major support today has got added. The change I'm talking about has got added at 23,600, and major resistance is at 23,700. So the data which has formed today indicates that the markets will be in range tomorrow from 23,600 to 700 only. Total open interest, equal call and put OI at 23,700. Good support at 23,600. Good resistance at 23,800. So this is the area of complete being sideways from 23,500, 600 to 23,800, 700. That's it. That's what even I am expecting for next couple of days. For Bank Nifty, the change in OI, if you want to see, again 3x the number of shorts have been added if you compare it with longs. Today Bank Nifty has protected the level of 55,000. So 55,000 has a good support. So even Bank Nifty is showing a chance of bounce back. So if we do not open a big gap down tomorrow, we open flat, the markets will once try to give you a pullback, and the pullback, the extension of pullback, till what level it can come, you can either mark this as a trend line, like till this point it can come, or I'll give you a perspective on daily time frame. See, this is Nifty. I'll clear each and every level. And that's what we are trying to do here is, if you see this channel, we are very much near to the bottom end of this channel. So what we might do is, since we saw a very good move on the upside, this is a move, so we might give a move till 24,660, 25,000. But the first resistance in that will come till 24,200. Above 24,200 we can go till 24,600, 800, right? And if the channel is breached on the upside, then you will start to apply Fibonacci. So Fibonacci 50% retracement is 24,720 and 25,000. So it might be possible that in the pullback, in the vicinity of the pullback, we might see a pullback till these levels. But these levels will again be a good, very good shorting opportunities for the market. All right, traders. So that's what we will be playing for tomorrow. If at all the markets again give you a doji, then I think yes, the markets are trying to take a pause. Right? India VIX, if you want to discuss today, so India VIX also has been slightly volatile as of now, but sustaining for days, for weeks above the level of 20, it's slightly dangerous to me. Right? If at all you want to see today, if the India VIX is trying to make a head and shoulders pattern, and the moment we break this trend line, I think it will come down. Right? So this was a discussion for Nifty, Bank Nifty, and India VIX for tomorrow, for the markets for tomorrow. I hope you have liked the analysis video. If you want to join the Telegram group, I'll leave the link to the Telegram group in the description box below. Do check it out. Be safe in the markets. Cheers. Good evening.